Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. If you are preparing for a Power BI developer interview, this video for you. I am a Power BI developer. I have a 5+ year of experience as a Power BI developer in real projects. So in this video, I will cover most asked Power BI interview questions and answers. Explained is very simple language with real project examples. This video is especially useful for 2 to 6 years of experienced Power BI developer. Please watch till end, and I will also share tips that interviewers expect but candidates usually miss. So first question is, what is Power BI and its main components? This question is usually asked when you start interview as a for developer role. So so you can answer simply. Power BI is a business intelligence tool by Microsoft used to connect data, transform it, create reports, share insights with business user. And also, you can add those components of Power BI like Power BI Desktop, Power BI Service, Power BI Gateway, and Power BI mobile application. And you can say, I use Power BI Desktop to build a report from SQL Server, build a reports to Power BI Service, business user access dashboards through browser or mobile application. Since data is on premises, we use on premises gateway. So you can answer like that, or also you can add something that you experience and you worked in your real projects. Question 2, difference between import, direct query and live connection. So generally in Power BI, we have three different modes, and one is composite model apart from these three. So import mode is data is stored in Power BI, and use case is this is a faster performance. Direct query data stays in source. This real-time data means when we hit refresh. So in direct query mode, it will run in a source. For example, you are using Oracle or SQL. In live connection, this is connect with SSAS or dataset. This is the centralized model. Means in live connection, we cannot create or modify any relationship or cardinality in Power BI. So that is the difference between these three. Next question is, what is star schema and why it is recommended? So you can say star schema is like a fact table in center and dimension table around it. This is called a star schema. Why this is recommended? Better performance, simple relationship, easy text writing. Uh, in real project scenario, you can say fact policy table and dimension table is customer, date, product, region. So this is all our dimension table. So fact table will be in center and dimension table will be around of the fact table. Next question is different between measure and calculated column. So in uh, this is a most asked question, means in you can say 99% in each interview this question is asked by interviewer, like what is the difference between measure and calculated column? What is calculated column? So you can answer in calculated column and measure is measure is calculate in runtime. Uh, Use filter context does not increase model size. Means when we create a measure in Power BI, it does not take a memory or memory size of Power BI desktop. And this is a dynamic. And calculated columns are like calculated during data refresh, use raw context. So it will store in our Power BI memory. So it is a increased model size. So you can differentiate like that. Next is, what is the calculate and index? Because calculate is very powerful function and you have to prepare it because in every interview this question is most important question. Means rather in first round or in second round. It will ask the interviewer. So you can say in explanation, this is the context filter and it's very powerful DEX in Power BI. Along with that, you can prepare some DEX function like it's easy DEX function. I also created some document. I will show you. This I have a calculate best scenario. So you can take this example. For example, business want to see total sales by only for USA. When even countries exist in data, other country also there, right? For example, we have a data, so we have a different market. Just we are not creating a report in on one market only. So if client want to see only one state or one market data, so how we can use calculate function here? So for example, we created one measure that is total sales is equal to sum sales amount. After that, we are creating sales for USA only. So what we will do, we will use calculate function, total sales that we created, and we will take sales column, country, and we will take USA. So it will show me only the USA sales data. So this is the calculate function. This is working in filter context here. So you can take this example, or you also can include your live project scenario that you worked on. And also, for example, I worked on insurance data or sales data. So I uh, add those examples here. Okay. So coming to next question, what is row context and filter context? So in this, you can uh, say like that row context exists in calculated column, work row by row. In filter context, you can say applied by slicer, filter visuals, and used in measure. So when we create a slicer, for example, I am creating a slicer in Power BI to with market wise. If I want to see Texas data or I want to see Hawaii, California. So that is called a filter context. And row context is something that I'm creating a uh, calculated anything that I'm creating use of the calculate function or I'm using a iterator function like sum x, average x. So those functions are considered a row context because this is counting anything row by row. So you can answer like that. Question number 7, difference between all and all expect. So this is also the most important question in Power BI interview. Interviewer will ask a difference between all and all expect. So you have to prepare it. So you can answer like our all purpose of use is remove all filters. Okay, and all expect is used for remove all filter expect a specified column. So specified column means only that column is not filtered that you are using in this calculation with all expect. Okay, let me show the example. I created for you that one also. See, so row contains row by row, and this is the calculated column. Okay, that means we are creating calculation in transform data. Like that, for example, I have a sales data and I have a cost of that data, cost of the products, and I wanted to for example, I wanted to see profit. So that profit I will see row by row with help of the calculate function. Filter context, that's I explained come from slicer, filter or visual levels. Okay, so this is I will share this PDF with you because save most of the scenario based decks and you can answer from here as well. You can go through this document once when you preparing your interview. Okay, so next is how do you handle row level security? This is a very important question again. So row level restrict the data based on the logged in user. Okay. So for this we have to create role. We have to write a text filter assigned user in service. So creating row level security, you have to use one DEX, we can say, or we can say this is the calculation, user principal name. So in Power BI desktop, we have to create one role according to market, according to user, whatever we are like trying to share the data in Power BI service. So this takes, let me check. Yeah, so here we have this. For example, I am trying to share data with a different regional manager. So what I will use, I will create one role in Power BI desktop, user principal name, and I will share this report on Power BI service. So only, for example, East regional manager can see their data and South regional manager can see their data. So this is the DEX in row level security in Power BI. Simply, you can say data security or BFSI insurance compliances. We use the row level security for this reason. Next question is what is KPI in Power BI? So KPI is nothing like this is kind of visual we have in Power BI, and this visual is multi-tasking visual where we can see actual value, target value, it is going good or bad. So for those, if we have any such scenario to show to clients, so we will use KPI. For example, we also have a card in Power BI, but card will show only one value at a time. But KPI visual will show three or four value in a one time. In real project scenario, we can say KPI claim settlement rate and target percent is 95%. So for this scenario, we can use KPI cards. Use I will show you the examples of KPI card as well. So as I mentioned, card we will use for the single value and KPI we will use for three different market, for example, value, target, and trend. So we can say these three columns or three calculation in one card. So this is the KPI. Okay. Next question is difference between table and matrix visual. So in this, what you can say is table is flat data and matrix is showing hierarchical data. In table, we can see simple data only. There is no subtotal. And matrix supports subtotals. In table, we can see simple view, and in Power Matrix, we can see advanced reporting. For example, we can see hierarchical data here. Okay. In real scenario, you can say table. For example, wanted to see policy list only, so I will use table. And I will use matrix if premium by year, region, and market. I wanted to see hierarchical data, so I will use matrix visual. You can reply like that. What is the common performance optimization techniques? This is this question is asked in interview second round, and 4 or 5 plus year experience developer, because this is the advanced Power BI questions we can say. So always keep in mind whenever you answer this question, this should be based on the real scenario. Okay, and answer should be like refresh only a new or change data instead of the full data. So this is the performance optimization technique. In real, this is the incremental refresh actually. And what you do generally for performance optimization. So we will remove unwanted column, unwanted measure. We will reduce the cardinality. We will reduce the calculate DEX function that is not required. We will try to use some variables instead of the complex DEX function. So these all the performance optimization techniques in Power BI. So you can reply like that. Also use can say use star schema, avoid complex visuals, always use incremental refresh instead of refresh whole data. Next question is what is incremental refresh? So incremental refresh, you can say refresh only new and change data instead of the full data. In real project scenario, you can say claim data from last 5 years, but daily refresh only for last 30 days. So for this purpose, you can use incremental refresh. A difference between implicit and explicit measure. So implicit measures are auto-created, limited control, or not reasonable. Explicit measures are developer created, means explicit measure we created with the help of the DEX, full DEX control, and reusable and recommended. Next question is what is Power BI template? So, for example, report structures, measures, visuals, no data is okay, just for the formatting. So for example, in some project, a client wanted to see the design and colors as per their requirement only, right? So we cannot implement uh, continuously means again and again the same formatting in each visual. So what we will do, we will apply PBIT file in our dashboard. So is we create one report tab or we create 10 dashboard, right? So in all those tabs or dashboard, this one PBIT file formatting will be applied. So this is a Power BI template. This is the created template, not by default one. So, okay, last question, difference between KPI and card visual. We already discussed about. Again, we will just cover in very short. KPI show target and trend. Card show single value. KPI perform indicator. Card is simple metrics. So you can reply, means you can go through in these questions and I will attach this scenario based PDF that I have, I shared with you. For example, I haven't covered drill down and drill through scenario also. So I have this explanation in the document with example. So you can go through it. Okay. If anything is there, please let me know in comment section. So I will cover round two or some advanced question that is being asked in MNCs or 6+ year or a developer. So I will cover all those. Thank you so much.